Alright, so good morning and welcome back here. We're testing the Zoom Fly 6 today, which I got yesterday. Oh yeah, this is feeling really nice actually. This is so much more forgiving underfoot than the Zoom Fly 5 and much more flexible as well. That was just such a terrible brick-like shoe. It's, well, quite bouncy underfoot. Pretty surprising, just how much trampoline feel this has. Yeah, I do have to say that so far this shoe is number one, not very heavy. This is 220 grams I think in my size 40, which makes it identical to the Mach X2 and the Pegasus Plus for me. And also this shoe is not very stiff at all. Yes, this is a carbon plate, but you can see that it's quite bendable actually. And yeah, just the setup of this shoe. This is a combination of SRO2, which is this bottom layer here, and some Zoom X at the top. And yeah, you can see that this is mostly SRO2, but just squishing my finger into this stuff feels pretty soft actually, and actually not a huge difference to the Zoom X. So this here is actually the start of the Luxembourg Marathon. This is the expo up here. And yeah, being a Sunday morning, this place is relatively deserted right now, so not a whole lot going on here. Yeah, it's interesting. Just sort of walking around in this, I was sort of fearing that this might be too soft for me, as there's quite a bit of compression back in the heel, like when you rock backwards a bit. But this kind of softness disappears when you start running, as I think it's just the plate in this that takes away a lot of the squishiness. So what's on the menu today is just an easy run plus 4x20-second strides. If you see this as a speed shoe, it might not be the ideal test, but obviously I will come back with more videos on this. But I don't know if this is really a true speed shoe. I mean, it definitely feels aggressive and fast. I mean, I would see this as really a kind of versatile shoe. Like, yes, you can do your speed sessions in this, but also should do well at easy runs. Yeah, really liking this shoe so far. I don't know, is this 8mm drop or 10mm? I'm not quite sure, but yeah, it just has a really nice feeling of a toe off here. Like you have a pretty flat midfoot, but then it sort of dips upwards there. Yeah, it feels relatively aggressive actually, but you do have enough cushion in the heel as well, so you can go easy in this. Yeah, this shoe does have kind of a narrow heel, but I have to say it's feeling very, very stable. And well, maybe that's just because I am a forefoot striker and I barely touch the heel while running. I basically put all my force up here and then just sort of touch on the heel very lightly. Yeah, I think also this SRO2 plus the plate in this does stabilize this whole platform quite well. Yeah, I do think this could be a great option for you if you want a race shoe that has a bit more stability underfoot, as these carbon racers, they are very, very soft. And yeah, this one just feels much more connected to the ground and doesn't have this kind of feeling of running on rails that you get in the Vaporfly, for instance. So I saw one reviewer complaining about heel slip in this, and I have to say that I don't have that. And actually I would say that this upper here is pretty much perfect and just strikes this nice balance of trainer and racer for me. It sort of has two layers to it. This very thin mesh at the top here, which is kind of like Vaporweave back in the Vaporfly 1 days. And then you have a really nice and soft kind of material underneath. Quite a sturdy heel counter as well back here. Yeah, the tongue is gusseted if that's important to you. The laces on this are kind of thin and they do feel a bit flimsy, but I just tie a double knot on my shoes anyway, so I don't find that's really too important for me. I only filmed my long-term video on the Pegasus Plus 2 days ago, and I do find that this here, this is actually 10 euros cheaper and feels like much more versatile shoe. I mean, the Pegasus Plus, I really like that shoe just for how natural of a running sensation it is, but it is kind of locked into that easy to moderate kind of zone where, yeah, I feel like this one can actually flex into some speed work as well, and maybe even racing. So yeah, as much as I do like the Pegasus Plus, I do feel like this is a better deal, really. I mean, you're paying 10 euros less for a shoe that is essentially more versatile and can do more of your training, though it is kind of a different running sensation. I mean, this has quite a bit more stack height and a lot more bounce to it, plus you have the plate in there as well, so it's not really comparable. Yeah, in terms of super trainers, I think this stacks up very well to the Mach X2, as it has a similar kind of aggressiveness and propelling you forwards. But I do think this is a bit softer and maybe a bit more forgiving for easy runs. Plus, just in terms of weight, this is basically identical to the Mach X2. And yeah, I think for 170 euros, you are really getting a lot of shoe here and a lot of versatility to this. I think I made a great choice here, and it's probably better than the Evo SL from Adidas, which doesn't seem like they actually want to sell that one. Okay, so you do sort of notice that there's not a lot of ground feel to this, or actually no ground feel at all. I mean, it is 42 millimeters of heel stack, so that's quite considerable. Plus, it has the plate in there as well, so you don't really get much of a feel for the terrain you're running on. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends if that's okay for you, but at least this shoe is not squishy soft at all. Alright, so yeah, that's the actual run done for today, and let's just get these strides in real quick. I'm still not doing any speed sessions, as still a bit careful with my ankle, but do want to get a bit of turnover in. So overall, yeah, this Zoomfly 6 here, in terms of super trainers, I'm really liking this, and can't really think of any real downsides to this. I mean, just be aware that you're not exactly getting a shoe with a lot of ground feel here. I mean, it is 42 millimeters of heel stack, but yeah, otherwise I think you're getting a shoe here for 170 euros that can do basically 95% of your training, and yeah, really looking forward to running some more in this. And yeah, like and subscribe, and see you on the next one.